Greetings viewers, I've got the trusty Tavor back out here on the range since we didn't get a chance to shoot it when I did the review due to the hurricane that came through. So I'm just going to do a quick video today talking about transitioning between targets and what I feel like is a faster and or more efficient way than most people typically do it. And that may seem kind of weird, like how difficult is it to transition between targets? Well, it has to do with the body movements that are involved in doing so and things that you can do that may or may not make your time a little bit quicker. So this would apply whether you're shooting in some sort of timed competition or you have multiple assailants that you are engaging. So we're not going to talk about threat priority and how to prioritize those targets. We're just going to talk about transitioning in between them. And again, what I feel like is the faster or most efficient way of doing so. And I guess I have to kind of show you what I'm talking about for that to even make sense. So there is nothing behind me. I am being safe. This weapon is clear. I am going to be pointing the gun at the camera. It's on a tripod. There is nobody else here with me. So most people, when it comes to transitioning targets, basically use what would be considered a gun turret technique, where essentially from the waist down, their body does not move and everything pivots here at their torso. So while they are up and engaged on the target, they are simply pivoting the top half of their body and the bottom is planted without moving. Now, I don't know if you caught it while I was doing that, but I will have to exaggerate the movements a little bit so you can see what I'm trying to eliminate. So when you're up on target and you're simply pivoting in the gun turret technique and you move over, there's a high likelihood that you will basically bypass your target or not stop just where you need it to be, and the gun has a tendency to do this once you get there because you're trying to now dial back in on your target. Same thing swinging the other way, there's a little bit of swaying involved. So unless you've got some super heavy duty core muscles that can put the brakes on and move that gun in this manner and dial it in exactly where you need it, you're going to have that little bit of sway, and it's going to again take away some of your time that you may need to get on target and start cranking those rounds off. So instead, what I typically will do is actually use my legs and my hips to move my body. So if you notice, instead of going like this and my bottom half doesn't move, I'm actually going to use my legs, and I'm straightening one and bending the other in the direction that I need to move. And what this allows me to do is keep the gun stable without slinging the weight of the weapon and then having to again put the brakes on to stop it. Now, especially considering how big the weapon may be or heavy it is and how muscular or small framed you are, you may have an even harder time driving that gun and getting it to stop, because again, you're slinging that weight out there and then having to use your arms and your core muscles to stop it versus your hips and legs where you're just pivoting between targets like so. And there's not all that extra sway. So I guess the best way to really demonstrate it is go ahead and just put some rounds down range, shall we? All right, so I have done 0 shooting prior to turning the camera on, so I'm just gonna verify my height over bore before doing this. And I've arranged the camera in a way that hopefully you'll be able to see my movements as well as the targets, and I've got the shot clock board set up here as well for whatever that's worth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a couple rounds down range to verify my height over bore, and then we're just gonna go ahead and do some transitions. I'm gonna do the gun turret technique, and then I'll do the one that I just showed you. Not really sure that there is a name for it, but it's not the gun turret technique. All right, so I think we're good to go. So we'll go ahead and bust the shot clock out and try some transitions. First, I'm gonna do the gun turret technique. See if you can spot the erroneous movements. All right, so let's go ahead and do the gun turret technique. I don't know if you're able to pick up the extra sway, but I can definitely feel it, and I'm trying not to use my hips. So once you get used to this method, it makes it a little difficult to not do it. Do it again. And then let's try the other method. So again, I'm not sure how well that transitions on camera. I don't have a high-speed camera for you to be able to see the wobble on the gun turret technique. Hopefully it's coming through. Accuracy could be a little better. I'm just trying to focus on the body movements and actually remembering to do the one that I said I was going to do. So let's do the gun turret technique again, shall we? And back to using our hips. Definitely feel like I have a lot more control moving between each one of the targets. Again, just simply because I'm using a different muscle group. I'm still keeping that stable platform up top, but I'm not throwing the weight of the weapon. I'm actually just using the weight of my body to rock back and forth, and the gun can basically stay on point, and I can use my legs to direct it right where I need it. Definitely a lot faster transitioning that way. Again, since I've been doing it now, it just feels more natural to begin with, but it's definitely more preferred. So hopefully what I said and attempted to demonstrate made a little bit of sense. Hopefully you get a chance to actually try it, see for yourself. Maybe it does work for you, maybe it doesn't. And everything does not work for everybody else, but at least if you have another tool in your toolbox and you try it and it again doesn't work, or maybe it helps. And when I started doing that, I feel like my transitions became a little bit more fluid, a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, more efficient. I wasn't again flailing around with all that extra movement, slinging the weight of the gun around. So like I said, quick video today. Hopefully you got something good out of it. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel the need to do. I'm always open to constructive criticism or feedback. If you have any ideas for videos, something that you would like to see, or if you feel like something I missed in a video and could have covered maybe in more depth, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to make that happen. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.